Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
ThaBoxingvoice.com. When I say I promise you, I'm gonna knock out the Gypsy King as well.
ThaBoxingvoice Productions.
How am I gonna let this little skinny spaghetti hit man make me?
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Numbers don't lie, and I'm the number one guy. I'm the diamond of this.
When I stepped on the scene, I said I wanted this road. I said I wanted that road.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
You know, so I'm still on the mission.
I'm gonna chase his ass all the way up there.
I told him it's an easy bracket, man.
Some of them like it, some of them don't. ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Yes. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another special, super duper fantastic episode brought to you courtesy of our Patreons. Thank you for everyone that signed up. We got a couple of shout outs we got to make for new signees. Thank you for heading on over to patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice and continuing to believe in the movement. Because of you, we work even harder. This was a completely spontaneous interview. I mean, he's all the way ready. He's out of the gym. He already called me. I said, bro, we said 4 o'clock, 1 o'clock your time. Like, pump the brakes, but don't go away. We need you. So I'm gonna make this as quick as possible in terms of introductions and what we're here to discuss, and then jump out in the back, go and get the man of the hour, Mikey Garcia. So I'm your host, Nestor Gibbs. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at NestGTO. We're here obviously to talk about Errol Spence. Call in Mikey Kangaroo, a kangaroo jacked on steroids because of the most recent photos that Mikey uploaded to his social media looking in tip-top shape. And then we'll just discuss the whole Errol Spence versus Garcia and Garcia daring to be great. But let me jump out to the Bay Area.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
I've been doing this. I ain't been up and fell off. I've been through the Lennox Lewis era, the Nassim Hamed era, the Sugar Shane Moses era, the Oscar De La Hoya era, Marcus Hunter era. I've been through all the eras, and I still been telling you do too much talking. The thing is this.
People want their subjective preference to be the objective reality.
HBO needs to fire you. You don't know shit about boxing.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Yo, welcome back to TBV. Yo, it's a really exciting time because we may have a potential guy to jump in with the elites like Sugar Ray Leonard and Thomas Hearns, Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao as a 5-division world champion and a daring to be great moment, skipping weight classes. I mean, this is incredible. But, we definitely want to talk about this picture and get his takes on, what other people say. The internet is very fun, and we just want to hear what he has to say about some of the comments and some of the conspiracies and everything else. But what's up, Mike?
Internet is undefeated. And if you have a particular question you want to ask Mikey Garcia, head on over to patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice and check out the Ask Mikey Garcia posts where some of your Patreon families are already fast away putting their questions out.
I speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. I can't say it enough. I speak it, believe it.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
2 attempts, handed bands over. Sicko hit, shot and miss. 2 to stand over.
Turn up.
Red winner, huh? Look who in the building. Let me check my Instagram. I might be at 1 million.
And I'm in.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Speaking of IG pages, man, the Boxing Voice is at 40,000 right now. We just reached that maybe last week, so go over there and sign up to the Boxing Voice IG page. I put a lot of different shit on there, man, just to make people laugh and have a little fun. But on to the topic, the subject topic at hand. Mikey Garcia coming on live for the show. I do have some questions for him about the way he's putting it on, and is he putting it on in a smart way, and his workings with Victor Conti. How is that a working like kind of thing, or is it personal? Is it you guys friends, or you guys just like acquaintances, or what? And why did he pick Errol Spence out of all people? That's what I want to know.
Well, Mike, we all know he ain't pick Earl. He wanted Keith one-time Thurman.
Come on, man.
I mean, listen, he's on the line and he's listening, and we're going to get his take on the true welterweight champ. But he wanted Keith. Keith got interest, so he started calling out the person that the world perceives to be the guy. And I'm going to introduce 4-time champion Mikey Garcia on the line. Mikey, thank you so much for taking the time out from your busy schedule, from training for this Errol Spence fight, to come on the Boxing Voice and truly give us an opportunity just to talk to you and you know, get inside the life of a elite level training camp.
Hello, guys. Mikey here. Well, thanks for having me. You're right. We are in the middle of training. We are in intense training over here in San Carlos at SNAC. So we're excited for the fight. I know there's a lot of questions and people spreading rumors and just, you know, people want to clear some things up. So I'm here to discuss anything you guys have in mind.
Well, I mean, I got two other co-hosts, Michael Gross and Ron Goodall. Before we get to them, we'll just throw, you know, the biggest thing out there. It's Errol Spence taking to his social media and saying, wow, I want to get as Kangaroo jacked on steroids as Mikey Garcia in 2 weeks. We have the audio and we can play it for you just so there's nothing lost in translation between me and him. Give me 1 second. Here we go.
I'm trying to get like Mikey in the next 2 weeks. That nigga thing got swole. That boy look like Kangaroo Jack on steroids. Let me get on my shit.
So he said you done got swole. So, I mean, that's the speculation running around. It's coming from Earl. So I guess address Errol Spence.
Listen, I'll correct you. It was only 1 week of progress. Only 1 week of work, not 2 weeks. Listen, look, me and my team with my brother Robert, my dad, and Pita, and you know, we looked at different types of work for strength training, you know, and I have worked in the past with other guys, and in the late, you know, my last few fights, we've been using snack products, but we haven't done a training regimen with them, you know, here in person. But we have been using their products as far as the recovery and protein and stuff like that. But for this fight, because it is, you know, at a higher weight class, you know, against a top, you know, one of the best, you know, probably the best in the division, you know, strong guy like Errol Spence, we wanted to make sure that we did things, you know, even better. And we felt that, you know, by spending time here at SNAC, we would get the best training, the best strength training possible. And, you know, that's why we're here. I mean, anybody else speculating anything or saying anything, you know what? We're getting tested. We're being, you know, enrolled in the VADA program. You know, they're I think the most strict, you know, testing, you know, organization that's out there, and with, you know, with strict guidelines and everything. So I got nothing to hide. I got nothing to really keep away from the public. That's why we did enroll in VADA, and I mean, we're starting testing as soon as we can. I mean, we're both enrolled now. I enrolled last week. From what I hear, Spence paperwork went through today, and he's enrolled also. I mean, that should answer all the questions there. Anybody that has any questions should probably just ask VADA regarding the samples and the testing procedures.
Now, this is Ron. You worked with Alex Ariza in the past. Just out of curiosity, what made you want to choose Victor Conti as your strength and conditioning and use this facility out of all the million facilities out there?
Well, like I said, we've used other guys before. We did work with Alex Ariza, and if you guys go back and see my performance or my shape, my body, you know, we also had, you know, great results with Alex. Even before him, we had Daryl Hudson for a few of my fights, and again, you could see great results with Daryl's work as well. So I have used other guys in the past, but for this fight, we felt that because we've been using the snack products in my last few fights, we felt that it was a good option to come and actually spend time here at SNAC, you know, in person and work our way here for a few weeks. I like the products, you know, I like the way, you know, the protein, the recovery, the just, you know, the whole system that he works with, the weight management, all that. I like this, but we wanted to spend some time here in person.
Mikey Garcia, how's it going? My name is Michael Garcia here with the Boxing Voice. My first question is for you. Out of all the fights that you could have had a Lomachenko fight. You could have maybe had the winner of the WBSS Super Series. Why did you go after Errol Spence? Like, why pick Errol Spence, like the guy who's seemed to be the boogeyman at 147?
You really think I could have had a Lomachenko fight? Like,
look here, that's
done. I mean, he's been calling for my name ever since after the I think it was the Walters fight, the Nicholas Walters. He's been saying he was ready to fight me, and he keeps fighting other guys. He just had a fight against Pedraza. I mean, he didn't choose me for his last fight, end of the year fight. Knowing the history between Top Rank and me, I mean, am I going to be just sitting on the sideline waiting for that fight to happen, or am I going to move forward with my career and looking for something bigger and biggest challenge available? The WSS or whatever that's called, tournament at 140, when is that going to happen? When would I fight the winner of that fight, or when would I get any of those guys there? They're in a tournament, type of matchmaking, and they got to get through their fights. What am I supposed to do? Just sit around? I'm looking for the biggest challenge available, the biggest name, the biggest fight. There's no one else out there right now that can motivate me and challenge me enough like Errol Spence, and that's why we're going after Errol Spence. I want to prove to everybody that I'm the best in this generation, and if I don't get those kind of fights, then I won't get recognized. That's why I went after Errol Spence. I made sure I did everything to secure that fight, and I'm happy that we were able to work that fight. It was actually pretty easy negotiations. I do thank his team and himself for accepting the challenge. I am challenging him. He is the champion, undefeated champion, and then he could have taken other fights as well. He could have taken other fights, but this fight makes sense for both of us, and that's why I'm here.
So there are people that are doubters that are out there saying, "Hey, Mikey is in a win-win situation. If he goes up and beats Earl, he's the biggest star in boxing. But if he loses, he wasn't really supposed to win." What do you say to those people?
Nothing. I'm gonna prove everybody on March the 16th when I get in the ring with Errol Spence. I mean, they have their point of view right now or their opinions, but it all's gonna change on March 16th at night. Everybody doubts the little guy. Everybody doubts, that I can do this and it's too much. But a lot of people doubted me when I fought Dejan, only my second fight back after 2.5-year layoff. And he was a knockout artist at the time. A lot of reporters were not giving me any chance. They picked him. A lot of reporters were picking Dejan. Even Linares avoided him and vacated the WBC title to fight Anthony Crolla at the moment because he didn't want to fight Dejan. He was a dangerous opponent. I took care of it so easy that then it became like, oh, well, yeah, Mikey's a better fighter. Mikey's supposed to win. He was a better fighter. But leading up to the fight, didn't give me credit. When I fought Adrian Broner, a lot of people said Adrian Broner was just too big, too strong, and too fast for me. I'm a small guy. I'm not fast enough. I'm not skilled enough. I beat him, easily, 12 rounds, and then after that, like, oh, well, Broner was trash. Broner was just, he didn't show up. He didn't show up. Well, guess what? I didn't let him. Ask him if he showed up or not. Ask him how good I was. Fighting Easter. Oh, he's avoiding Easter. That's why he went on fighting Lipinets and this and that. Well, I took care of both guys, and now I'm taking another one. That's my third undefeated champion that I'm going to go after back to back. Lipinets, Easter, now Spence. And if you count Dejan, he was also undefeated. So that's another undefeated champion. I mean, eventually I'm going to have to get the credit that I deserve, And leading up to the fight, they can all say whatever they want. But after the fight, it all changes their opinion.
Mikey, obviously with Demetrius, Demetrius Andrade, who just popped in the snap, Willie Monroe Jr. Does that, I don't know, raise any concerns that any of the products you're taking could be tainted now that Willie Monroe has popped and he works with Snack and he's been with Snack for so long as well?
I've never even seen Monroe here, and I don't even know if he was even staying here or working here. I don't know what he was taking. I'm not part of his camp. I heard about it, but like I said, I haven't seen him. I never knew that he was even here. Just because someone throws up a shirt, representing a certain product doesn't mean that that's all he's taking. I mean, I don't know. I know what I'm taking here, and that's why I'm getting tested, and I have full confidence that what I'm taking is 100% legal and natural, and nothing that will affect my testing results.
Hey, Mikey, it's Ron again. with that, do you think there's a stigma, when you bring up Victor Conti, and with that, do you think there's double standards? There's many other fighters that use his facilities, and then they're not getting the suspicions and the conspiracies as much as you have, you know?
You know what? I know it seems kind of like that because I am a smaller guy, and why would he decide to go up all the way to welterweight? And of course, he's gonna probably use something illegal to gain the strength or the size. And I mean, that's what people think. But like I said, I got faith in my abilities. I got faith in my skills. My boxing abilities, I think, will help me win my fight. I do want to be a little stronger naturally. I want to be a little bit bigger, stronger, just to be able to, hold my ground against a big, welterweight like Spence. But I don't plan on just beating Spence with power. I don't plan on beating him with just, brute strength and power like that. I mean, he's a natural bigger guy. I can't really compete at the same level in strength, but I do want to be a little stronger naturally than what I am at lightweight. But this is part of the challenge. This is why I'm taking this fight, to prove to everybody, the caliber of fighter that I really am. And I know people might doubt, that I'm, too small or whatever, but I mean, I'm doing everything I got to do to win this fight and be in the best shape possible. And that's it. March 16th, people are going to realize, how great of a fighter I am.
What went into the decision to pick Texas over, let's say, states like California and Nevada and even New York?
Well, we decided to work and go into Texas for other reasons, as far as the business side, the business of the sport. When you have people like Jerry Jones, supporting the event, and with the marketing strategy behind it, and the fan base around Errol Spence and myself. I fought in Texas many times. I've won 2 world titles in Texas. I fought in Dallas before. So, when it comes to all that, and to play, we felt, me, myself, and the people that helped build this fight, to put this fight together, that Texas was the best option.
Mikey, so when I opened up, obviously I was reminding not only my co-host but the listeners that, but when this all started, it started with you one and Keith one-time Thurman. Can you just give us your decision on why it's Spence? And, I'm just assuming it's Spence because Thurman wasn't available and got hurt. Or did that just change altogether for you?
If you remember, maybe a year and a half ago or close to 2 years ago, I mentioned the possibility of fighting Keith Thurman. At the moment, it was him who was probably the top welterweight champion, and I said I was willing to maybe even go up to fighting him, but everybody thought I was crazy. And I had other fights in front of me first, but he did get injured. He had to, stay on the sidelines for a while, and it just made more sense to move away from that name. And during that time that Keith is kind of on the sidelines, Spence really took off, and became this monster in the division. And I said, you know what, let's just go after him instead. And I saw a few of his fights, and I said, you know what, that's the one I want. I want him. And like I said, I had other fights to take care of first, but that was the goal, to land the fight with Spence.
Hey, Mikey, it's Ron again. You've been headlining other events for a while. However, this is your first pay-per-view headline, let alone Fox first pay-per-view after the PBC deal. Is there a lot more pressure now on top of the fight because of this, or do you feel the pressure is more on Errol Spence? Can you just give me your take on that?
I don't know what pressure is, bro. Honestly, for me, it's just another fight. It's another day in the office for me. I'm comfortable with this. I don't really look at the event as something that can bring pressure to me and affect my performance. It's 4 ropes, 4 corners, a different guy in front of me. But for me, it's just another day in the office. I grew up in this. I grew up watching the biggest fights at the moment with De La Hoya, Vargas Trinidad, and then, my brother as a champion. And now, growing up in the sport so much with all the champions that my brother and my dad have have made, and even myself, fighting in these arenas where Staples, my last fight, or the Coliseums, or whatever it is. I'm for me, it doesn't affect the way I perform. For me, it's just another day, at a job, just normal. I don't know if he has any pressure. I don't know if he feels anything. I can't, give you that answer. But on my side, I don't feel anything. I just got to go in there and do my job.
Is it safe to say that Mikey Garcia is a PBC fighter, or does Dana White and Zuffa Boxing or Eddie Hearn and Matchroom have a chance at a partnership with you guys?
Everybody has a chance at a partnership with me because I am still free agent. I don't have anything signed with anybody. I don't have any short-term or long-term agreements with any promoter or any management company or anything like that. I have been working well with the PBC production and with Richard, and I was working very well with Steven Espinoza at Showtime. Now we're working with Fox and Becker there, and so I'm open to work with anybody that presents a good offer, a good deal, a good partnership. I can work with anybody. I was still closely in touch with Eddie Hearn. I've spoken to Golden Boy. I've spoken to everybody in recent weeks and recent times. So like I said, I'm still open to discuss anything available, any possible options for me. I got no problem, and I can work if it makes sense for me, for my career. If it's in the same path that I want to take my career in, then I can definitely work with anybody.
Mikey, are you expecting a win over Errol Spence to catapult you beyond Canelo in terms of pay-per-view success and boxing stardom? Do you think that's the possibility?
Listen, Canelo is a huge star. He has been probably, the top, star in boxing, pay-per-view numbers, all that for some time now. So I'm not chasing that kind of popularity. I'm not chasing that. What I want is success, ring success. I want to be, accomplished. No one else is going to be as accomplished as I am. No one else is taking the challenges that I'm taking. No one else can deny me, my success in the ring, inside of the ring. As far as sales and pay-per-view numbers, that just, if that comes along with the success, great, perfect. But that's not what I'm chasing. I'm not chasing pay-per-view numbers. I'm not chasing ratings. I'm not chasing pound-for-pound listings. I'm not chasing any of that. I just want to secure my place in the boxing world with meaningful fights, with meaningful title fights, a number of titles. And if the crowd of the people are happy and my fans support me, they give me the credit. That's all that matters to me.
Hey, Mikey, it's Ron again. I really want to learn the difference between like the USADA and VADA. Many people I spoke to speak very highly of VADA. The perception is it catches more people. So it's led to the idea of you want to use VADA. By any chance, if you guys had to use USADA, or if USADA was the case and VADA wasn't going to be an option, would that have been an issue leading to the fight? I just want to learn more what goes through that.
I did USADA. We did USADA for the Easter fight, and I think for the Broner fight too, if I'm correct. But they're good. I can't say anything negative about USADA. But in this fight, we actually thought of maybe using both USADA and VADA. That was a thought. That was something that was kind of brought up a little bit, for a moment, just, which one of the two could we use, or if we had a preference. And because of late, news circling around that VADA maybe is a little stricter and maybe catches, even the most subtle signs and traces of any illegal substance, then I decided to, push for VADA. It's not that I'm choosing it, because I believe it's that much more effective. Right? I mean, like I said, I've had good experience with USADA as well. But for this moment, we decided to go with VADA. Late, results from other fighters have, been popped for even the trace of whatever it might have been, and we want to make sure that we have that kind of testing. So VADA was agreed upon, and that's what we enrolled in.
Your brother has a ongoing bet with our host Nestor Gibbs. If Josecito Lopez beats Keith Thurman, then Ness has to do push-ups and Ron G has to wear a "I love Robert Garcia" shirt. My question to you is,
And Mike, it was Mikey too.
Oh, okay. My question to you is, have you got any sparring in with Mr. Lopez, and do you think he can overthrow Keith Thurman?
Right now I haven't been working with Jose, for his camp. I mean, he's got his own sparring. He's got his weeks. He's actually doing his own camp right now. I'm not there to work with him, but I have worked in the past with him. I have done some rounds, some sparring with him in the past. And I do believe that he has a very good chance with Keith Thurman. I feel that Jose has been preparing, most of the year for this fight, which has allowed him to fully heal, fully recover from any past injuries that he might have had. His mental, strength is there. His motivation is there. It's that hunger is there. So I see the work. I have seen him sparring. I keep talking to my brother about his work and how he's sparring, his progress, and it's just on another level. So that only gives me more confidence that he will win this fight. He is stronger. He's more motivated. He's really hungry for this. He wanted this fight, and that's why I have faith in Jose.
Quick question: bigger underdog, Mares, you, or Lopez?
That's up to you guys. I don't know. I mean, I don't look at it that way. I mean, we all are in tough fights, but that's what makes us, great fighters. We could have easily taken easier fights. I mean, Jose could have taken a lot of other fights. Abner could have taken easier fights. I could have definitely taken other fights too. But that's not what this team is about. That's not what I want. And I took on the biggest challenge. Abner's taking the biggest challenge, and so is Jose. So all of us are in for tough fights, and just know that we are preparing ourselves for everything that we got to do to win this fight.
Mikey, I know you gave us a lot of time, so we're going to go to the segment where we go to our most loyal listeners, and they have some questions posed from you from around the world. So if you have a few more minutes, we'd like to get to that part.
Sure, go ahead.
You're the man. Brandon Maurice says, if you lose to Earl, do you stay at 47 or are you going back down?
Well, you know what? Listen, I as a fighter, I don't know how to lose. We don't lose. We only know how to win. So that's in my mind. And I'm sure Errol's thinking the same thing. Being realistic. That's the way a fighter has to go into the ring. If you have any doubts, then you've already lost. And I don't have any doubts in me. So I in my head, I've already won the fight many times. And that's what gives me the confidence. So I don't see me losing. But like I said, being realistic, if anything doesn't go my way, well, then I'm going to look at the spectrum and see what's available, see what the best option for me might be after that. I don't have anything else in front of me right now except Errol Spence.
All right. Eric Cruz in Texas says, Mikey, is there anything new you have implemented in your training for this upcoming fight with Spence, or is it business as usual?
Well, my diet is changing. I'm eating a lot of steak, baby. No diet.
A lot of steak.
Listen,
that Canelo steak.
Listen. Yeah. Listen. Look, the training regimen is tough as always, but we are working with Snack, with Victor here, and Basil and Remy. So the exercise program is a little different. Normally, right now at this stage of camp, I will be doing light boxing, boxing routine. Probably not doing sparring yet, but doing a light boxing routine and just shaking things up. But here where I'm at, we're focusing on strength. We're focusing on explosiveness. We're focusing on targeting certain parts of the body to help me perform better in the boxing ring. So that's something that has changed a little bit, but nothing too far out there that I feel can be detrimental or harmful for my body or where I'm not getting enough rest, or where I'm getting, beat up too much, that I'm getting, tears in my body. Nothing like that. This is all designed to help me perform better.
What is your ideal fight night weight?
You know what? I'm not 100% sure yet. I feel that I'm not gonna be, blowing up in weight. I'm not gonna be heavy. If I really have to say, I think I'll probably be, walking in the ring probably, at 49, 50, somewhere in there. I'm not planning on being, big in weight, or rehydrating to a certain weight. I don't. That's not something that I feel I'm gonna be using. If I, like I said, if I say fair enough, I felt 149, 150 is probably where I'm gonna be.
Carlos Hernandez, do you have an interest in fighting Terence Crawford regardless of the outcome of the Spence fight?
Of course, there's always an interest. Just like I said, there's interest in having these big fights, but is it a possibility, a truthful, a real possibility? He can keep fighting, Collazo and Benavides and Hank Lundis and, Carlos Molina, who was it? John Molinas, of the world. He can continue doing that while I'm chasing greatness. I'm chasing biggest fights available, biggest champions, would I love to fight him? Yes. But, he's got someone he's got to answer to. He's got a boss that he's got to answer to who picks his fights for him, and then that's who he's got to do, I look at me. I'm looking for my biggest fights, and I'm making them happen. I'm making them, get done. I'm on another level when it comes to, my goals in my career. I don't know what he has in mind. He can say all he wants. He can show up 20 press conferences. He can show up 20 fight and say that he wants to fight him. He's not the one that's making it happen. His boss has to do that. His promoter has to do that. So I'm not gonna chase anybody. Like I said, I'm not here to chase anybody that's not willing to really, get in the ring. Everybody can have a big mouth and talk all they want, but they're not making it happen. I'm making things happen.
Damn, you are answering things so great today. This is a very, I love the tone in your voice and everything. I got some more audio for you to listen to. Check this out.
Hey, you guys are happy with
at 147.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah, man. I love this version of Mikey Garcia, but check this out right here.
Bud Crawford's competition, zero respect. Has not been impressive.
Jeff Horn, former champ.
Former what? Okay, Jeff Horn. Who's Jeff Horn? Nobody. I got so many different disrespectful things that I can say right now. I don't even want to do it because that was back then. Doesn't even matter now. But Amir Khan can beat Jeff Horn. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if Terence Crawford can beat Amir Khan. Amir Khan is a better fighter than a lot of his competition lately. So I know there's a lot of people I respect.
Have you heard that interview? Have you watched that? Keith talking about the resume of Terence Bud Crawford and that he feels that Amir Khan can beat both Horn and possibly be better than anyone on Crawford's resume?
I had not heard that, but I kind of agree with Keith on that one. When it comes to the opponents that, like I said, that Terence has been fighting, I got to give Terence credit for his skill level because he does have the skill level. He does have the boxing abilities, to perform at a high level. His IQ is great. He can fight as a left-handed. He can fight as a right-handed. He can, trade punches if he has to. He can box on the outside. He uses height and reach. So I got to give him credit for that. But when it comes to the opposition, you just can't give him all that credit because the opposition is at a C+ level, maybe a B level at best. And Khan is probably a better fighter than some of those opponents that he's faced.
What would you say Terence Crawford's biggest win in Mikey Garcia's opinion is?
Gamboa, a blown up 126 pounder. Gamboa, short, 5'2" or whatever his height is. Honestly, that was probably the biggest win. After that, could you really give him credit for his other fights? Like I said, I give him credit for the skill that he shows. because you can still see the skill. But it's unfortunate that he can't deliver that because of the opponents that are in front of him. You know, that's the sad part. He can't get the credit because the level of opponent is just not there. You know, so everything else, I mean, it's just hard to give him all that credit. You can't really credit somebody, you know, if he doesn't have the right opponent in front of him. That's just my opinion.
All right. Well, we have from Mad Bent. He says, what do you think Spence does well and not so well?
Well, he does everything pretty well. I mean, he uses his jab well. He right hook well. He throws the left hand to the body well. I mean, he's a very solid fundamental fighter. But there's some things that I think I'm a little bit better. Not a lot, just a little bit, just slightly better than he is, and that's why I feel confident in this fight.
Is it from Jose Garcia? Probably your cousin says, is it important for you to have your dad or Robert in your corner when you fight? And what would a win over Spence mean to you?
Well, that's the only people that are in my corner. You know, it's a family thing with my dad, my brother, my nephew. You know, even Dr. Anderson, he's like family to us. You know, he's there in the corner since my brother was fighting. You know, so I mean, it is a family affair, and they know me best. They know everything I'm capable of doing inside of the ring. If they know they can push me, they will push me. They know, well, I'm taking a break. They can realize when I'm just taking a few second, 30-second break or whatever in between rounds. They can see what I'm doing. They read me so well, and there's not a whole lot of dialogue that needs to be shouted in between rounds, or even during the round, because they can see what I'm capable of doing. They can see what I'm doing inside the ring. That's I wouldn't have it any other way. A win, on this fight coming up with Spence would be, the biggest win of my career, and it would be a huge win for our team, a huge win for my brother, and I mean that's what we're looking at. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm, gonna go for, and I'm just very confident, in this fight.
Trav FY in Texas says, what do you think of Spence saying that you don't do anything amazing?
That's correct. I don't do anything amazing, and nothing's gonna, be.
Well, I think I phrased that wrong. I think he said that he doesn't see anything amazing in you.
That's fine. Like I said, no one sees anything amazing in me. No one sees the flashiest footwork or the fastest hands or the single punch knockout every single time, like Tyson, or no one sees any of that. And that's totally probably correct. But you guys need to go and talk to my previous 39 opponents and tell them what it was to be in the ring with me. Ask them, what they think, before the fight and then after the fight. Ask my last few, 10, 12 fighters or whatever that I've been in the ring with. Ask the champions that I've defeated. Ask Salido at the time. Go ahead and ask Rocky Martinez. Go ahead and ask Dejan. Go ask, Lipinets. Go ask Broner. Go ask Easter. Ask all these guys, what it was like to be in the ring with me.
All right, Mikey, we're coming down to the wire. It's 5 more, the quick ones. Stainless just wants to know from Detroit, what betting odds should he look for, the KO or the decision? He also sends much love and respect to you and your family for the influence over the past 2 generations of boxing.
As far as, betting, just bet on me to win. I never even bet, stuff like that. I never try to predict rounds or decision or anything like that. But I'll tell you, I don't know how to lose. I don't lose. So that's it.
Joseph Rodriguez. Mikey, I'm a big fan of yours and Spence. Glad to see 2 Cowboy fans like myself fight at the Cowboy Stadium. My question is, how much longer do you see yourself fighting? I noticed Robert and Fernando retired very young, and it seemed you were going to do the same, but now you have a new look, new energy. I'm so curious just to know how long you think you would fight, and go Cowboys.
That's right. Let's go, boys. Listen, I don't have a number of fights that I want to accomplish. I don't have a number age that I want to retire by. I don't have that. I did before, but that was in the earlier part of my career. After this next stage of my career, I just want to accomplish so much, and I feel that there's just still so much more to accomplish and to give the fans. I don't have a finish line. I don't have that yet. I want to keep fighting. I want to keep giving my fans, in the boxing world, huge fights, big victories, and I want to be regarded as the best fighter of this generation. So in order for me to accomplish that, there's a lot more in front of me that I have to get through. And I feel that I'm going to be here for a long time. I'm still here for a long time. I'm hungry. I'm motivated. I'm excited. As where before I was already bored and tired and probably ready to hang them up. But now it's a whole different mindset, a whole different mental strength and motivation that pushes me. And I'm just gonna be here for a long time, And this is what it's about. I'm getting the fans fights that are worth watching. The best, fighting each other, undefeated champions fighting each other. Like I said, I mentioned you guys. Since Zejan, Lipinets, Easter, now Spence, these are all undefeated champions against me, an undefeated champion. Who else is doing that? No one else is doing that. And that's what I want to do. I want to keep doing this so that the fans can really enjoy boxing at its fullest, at its best, and really enjoy my career.
All right, Mikey, 3 more. David Codwell says, how did you come to the conclusion when you started with Snack that Victor Conte had enough integrity for you to trust his training process despite the checkered past with the PEDs and steroid scandal?
That was in the past. He had, some scandals, years ago. And I mean, whatever happened. He came back and he's done everything very, very legit. I remember him working with Nonito Donaire. So that was my first experience, watching him and watching his training. So I've always had that in the back of my mind, even though I was working with other guys that works with other strength coaches and whatnot. But lately I've been using his products and I like it. I like the way it helps me. So we decided to give a full training up here with him.
All right, 2 more. Richard Bauer says, Mikey, what motivates you to be different and achieve greatness? Is it proving people wrong or living up to your potential?
Living up to my potential. Look, when I was up and coming earlier in my career, I really didn't care so much about titles or anything. I wanted to make some money. I was here to make some money, and that was it. But after accomplishing, world titles, and after accomplishing, a few things, I had to take a break. I had to take a break, a long, 2.5, period of inactivity. And that made me kind of realize that there was a lot more I can do, and I hadn't shown my full potential to my fans and to the world. So that's why now that I came back, I want to prove to everybody that I am the best. And the only way to do that is by securing these fights. I've already been champion. I've already, been champion in multiple divisions, and I've unified some titles. And so I've already done a lot of things that others, dream about. But that's still not the end for me. I know I can do a lot more because I haven't been pushed to those limits. I haven't been, able to show my full potential to my people, and that's what I'm about. That's what I'm chasing. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm do for in this next stage of my career. Like I said, ever since my return, that's been the mission, to fight, the best, fight champion after champion, and no one else is doing what I'm doing. No one else is fighting, in 3 different divisions against 3 undefeated champions, in 12 months. No one else is doing that. Last year started at 140 against Lipinets, then Easter, and now Spence, all from March to March. No one else has done stuff like that. These are the things that motivate me. These are the things that make me, push myself to the limits and really excite me. And that's why that keeps me going. That's why I'm doing this.
Last one from the people, Marcus in DC. Mikey, having gone from Top Rank to working with Al Heyman, what other monies does Al Heyman access for fighters that makes him such a better choice monetarily for fighters rather than signing the traditional fighter promoter contract?
Listen, my experience with Top Rank as a developing fighter, we're always, and I will still say it, we're always great. They always know how to develop, a fighter. They know how to take a fighter's career and develop, at its pace, secure a title fight, move them up the ranks, that kind of stuff. Towards the end, we had a falling out due to the business of the sport. It just, it was like a marriage that doesn't work out. You break up, you divorce. So that's what happened. I aligned myself and started working relationship, partnership, relationship with people that offered their services and their help, like Al Heyman, Richard, DeBella, Steven, for Showtime. So I started working with these other individuals, but I took control of my career the way I wanted it. I'm in control. I can get the fights that I want. I can push for whatever I want and manage myself in a direction that I feel is best for me, not for anybody else, not for any other secret agenda, not for any other company or network or whatever. I'm doing what needs to be done for me, for my future, for my career, for my legacy.
Hey, Mike, it's Michael here. I just got like a couple questions for you that give the fans a insight on your personality. If you don't mind, probably to like 1 or 2 minutes.
Go ahead.
First question is, if I had one superpower, it would be.
Repeat that again. Sorry, I didn't hear that.
If I had one superpower, it would be.
If I had a superpower, what would it be? You know what? I don't know. I change that probably every time someone asks me that. I mean, it could be, something as, being invisible or something like that maybe. But I've never thought. I have everything I have already. I have everything I need. I don't. I'm pretty good the way I am. I am a hero. I'm already a superhero as it is.
Already. If you could add one card to your collection, what kind of card would it be?
It gets here next week, baby. I'm adding it right now.
What is it? Let us know.
One.
Spill the beans right quick.
I can't tell you. You'll see it on my Instagram when it comes next week.
Okay. If you could listen to 3 albums for the rest of your life, what would they be?
Damn, I would have to choose something with Juan Sebastian. He was, a great singer, great composer, and you probably guys never even know. So maybe you guys can YouTube that, Juan Sebastian. He was great. So it would be something with him, some of his greatest hits, something like that, because he has some really great music. Maybe let me see what else is out there that that's all that comes to mind, honestly. I mean, he for me, that was the best. He was my favorite. So also, you know what? Maybe Lorenzo Monteclaro. Yeah, I'd get Lorenzo Monteclaro. He has some great music. These are artists that you guys probably never heard of, but they're big in the Mexican genre and the Mexican music, and that's all I listen to, really. So.
Cool. When I was a kid, my favorite cartoon or TV show was.
I really liked Hey Arnold, the Rugrats. Recess was cool.
Recess, my shit.
Yeah, so I grew up watching all. I used to watch all the shows like that. Like I said, those probably 3 top favorite cartoons.
All right, my last one. Boxing has changed my life. In what way?
Secure my future. I can retire right now. I could have retired in my last fight and not worry about anything. My kids are taken care of as far as their college, funds and their education will be taken care of. Financially, I'm really well. I'm not, living a flamboyant, flashy, life, but I'm well. I'm doing well, financially. I'm I can take care of my kids like that, like I said, and you know, that's how it's changed. You know, it's really helped, you know, my future like that. Of course, there's other things that has also brought, you know, it's brought the opportunity for me to help, you know, maybe hundreds or thousands of people by motivation, by speaking to them, by giving them a you know, sense of hope, and giving you know, some of these people, you know, an opportunity to maybe voice their you know, get the voice, or just, you know, voice their opinions, that kind of stuff. You know, I can help children. I've been very active with you know, different charities in the community, you know, schools, you know, boys and girls clubs, children's hospitals, you know. So boxing has helped me, you know, help, you know, people around me, people, you know, that might need a hand sometimes, you know, especially people around me, you know, close friends, family members. So, you know, boxing has also done that for me.
Mikey, man, we want to thank you for the time. You've been amazing. It was a long interview, so we thank you for the, you know, being a good sport. Wish you the best, and obviously, you know, say your social media at this time for anyone who isn't following you can do so, and just thank you again for taking out the time, brother. We know that this is an important fight, and you taking out the time just shows, you know, your character, man.
Hi, you're welcome, for sure. You know, it was a good, you know, to get some answers to the fans, to the people out there, you know. So I'm available. But yeah, if anybody, you know, hasn't been following me on social media and want to follow me on the Instagram at Team Mikey Garcia, that's my official page. I run it, and also on Twitter at Mikey Garcia. So just go ahead and hit the follow button there, and, you know, keep in touch that way. And I'll be, you know, posting videos of, you know, workouts, and, you know, my sessions up here, and just, you know, lifestyle stuff. Like I said, I'll be putting up my new collection to my car collection, so you guys can check that out and find out what it was.
Quit teasing us.
Hey, Mikey, real quick, just I wanted to let you know, because I made a bet with your brother, and I look, the challenge you doing is incredible. Great fighters always go after the fights where many people think that they can't do it. I just wanted to let you know that if you do the upset, beat Errol Spence, I'm supposed to wear a shirt that says "I love Robert Garcia and Mikey Garcia." So, wanted to let you know that's the bet with me and your brother.
You're gonna wear that regardless. You're gonna
Regardless.
regardless of anything. Okay, you're always gonna you want to wear that shirt. That's why you did that.
Thank you.
Now listen, look, as far as any bets or anything like that, I mean, it's all fun and games. It's cool. I ain't gonna trip on anybody, you know, betting against me or anything. That's totally fine, you know. But you know, I make non-believers believers, you know. And, you know, the last, you know, year or so, I've always, you know, done the fights that I want, and everybody doesn't think that I'm serious until it happens, and until I beat my opponent, everybody starts to kind of believe little by little. But so, you know, this fight will be just like that. After I beat Spence, people will finally start, you know, believing in me.
Mike, I know we said that was our last one, but since you said that you know you're not going to hate on anyone for their pick, why do you think that some fighters get upset when, you know, I don't know, betting odds come out, or maybe, you know, people don't think Adrian Broner's going to beat Mikey Garcia? He gets upset. I mean, we just seen Terence Crawford ask Michael Coppinger to be his next opponent because he got upset. Like, why do you think that happens, but that doesn't happen with you? I mean, this is a fight where no one believes you're going to win, but you're okay. You're happy with that. You're still just working, and you're a pleasant guy.
You know what? I'm not 100% sure, but maybe they just don't have the self-esteem and the self-confidence in themselves. Maybe they don't. They need people, you know, hyping them up in order for them to believe it themselves. I don't need anybody hyping me up. I don't need anybody to believe in me. I know what I gotta do. I've been, you know, in the sport, you know, all my life. So, like I said, this is nothing new. There's no pressure on me. There's nothing that can change, you know, my mind about what I'm gonna do on March the 16th, you know. And for, like I said, for me, it's just another day in the office. It's just another, you know, day at the job. I am completely chill about everything. I don't pay attention or it doesn't affect me. You know, when I hear betting odds or that people don't give me a chance or you know where we're at, you know, fighting under the lights, bigger. I don't care. That doesn't bother me. For me, it's just another day in the job. So I'm completely comfortable. I'm really chill. You know, in the locker room before my fight, I'm always just chilling, sitting down, laughing, and chill. When other fighters are over there pacing each other, you know, or saying prayers or special routines or you know whatever. I mean, you can pray all you want, but if you know that's not gonna change the outcome. You know, I'm all win. I'm just gonna win. That's it. There's no changing that. And that's how I feel. That's how I go into every fight. You know, I've already won this fight. Like I told you, I've already won this fight in my mind several times. And Errol also knows it. I already won.
Well, Mikey, man, thank you again for the time. You have a good day over there, and you know, send our love to Robert and obviously Robert Jr. for setting this up for us. We appreciate it.
Of course. You guys are welcome. It was a good show. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. There you have it. 4-time champion Mikey Garcia answering all the questions that
candidly, truthfully, holding no punches.
None.
Not holding, coming at your boy. Coming at your boy. First question that I asked, he was like, "What? You ain't what? I'm what?
Yo,
ain't no doubt in my mind I'm great. I'm gonna beat this." Well, okay, Mikey.
Yo, somebody clip that. Yeah, I agree with Keith Thurman. Need that
Look, I think from that standpoint, regardless of whoever you think is going to win the fight, I think everyone just became more of a Mikey Garcia fan at that point. I don't think.
Damn right.
I like that version of him, you know, the way that he sounded so confident, you know.
He sound like the motherfucking dude in the picture. I can believe it now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know, speaking of his accomplishments, just reminding you, and sometimes that's what you have to do. You have to remind people like, hey, I just took on 3 undefeated champions. Who else is doing that? Is Crawford doing that? Oh, that's right. Yeah. Keith is doing that. He beat Danny and he beat.
I thought it was supposed to be like a Mikey Garcia show. And you saying the one little thing he said to boost you up all day because the whole day you've been getting slaughtered.
Hey, because guess
Colbert.
What? Because guess what? When you on that level, like Austin Trout told you, and who else told you? Jamel told you, you know what I'm saying? It's different levels.
Yes, sir.
So Mikey's up there with them Danny's, and you know what I'm saying? He's on that pay grade, so he hears that conversation. Chris, I love him, but he ain't on that pay grade. He can't hear them conversations.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? He ain't privy. He ain't privy up there. But I love him.
On top of all that, I think what was also refreshing and nice is how he knew the public perception. Fighters sometimes avoid whatever the internet says, or
his team's young, Ron. You know, you got Robert Jr. who's young, and then Mikey himself is young. So you know, it's the internet's accessible to them. But I'm
bro, when he said Rurex and fucking Hey Arnold, I was like, this nigga, shit, he by my age. I was watching that shit too.
Hey Arnold won me.
You feel me? Hey Arnold, nigga, Recess. You watch Recess too, homie? Come on, man.
But going back to the whole, you know, breaking down the USADA, the VADA. I mean, the fact that he said we were thinking about just doing both. I mean, like that itself reassures that, you know, we're gonna get a very good, clean fight, you know, and that's the perception we're going into it. We're removing the doubts, and win or lose, draw, we're gonna try to avoid the excuses. And I will tackle those internet questions, you know.
And he did say Errol Spence was signed up for VADA today, so. That both men
that was made official that January 2nd marked the date that both men are signed up and testing will commence. I seen weirdos in the chat saying, "Oh, that means they ain't been tested." Yeah, it also means they got 10 weeks.
Shit, long time.
You know, I mean, last I checked, training camp was only 8. Like, fall back, small back. Let's go out to the callers. We're gonna get to these phone lines and get to these sponsors as always. Don't forget to drop us a 5-star review on iTunes. I mean, we're putting in hella work. Make us number 1, even though we're there already, but keep us there.
Man, hold up, bro. Hold on, man. They call us and I love them, bro, but we got 461 watchers, but 148 thumbs up. Man, it don't cost nothing to smash that thumbs up, baby. Just hit it one time for it. One time.
And it don't cost nothing.
And then tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a goddamn friend to sign up to our goddamn channel.
Why,
just think about it.
Why wouldn't you tell somebody that Mikey was just on here talking about how Earl called him, you know, jacked up kangaroo or whatever the hell Earl said?
Yeah, I mean, we can get more of these guys. I mean, we got Mikey Garcia. By hitting those like buttons, we can get more. Like, what was third, fourth interviews? Like, we can do like 10 interviews a day if you guys help us out. So that's all we ask.
If y'all want the boxers to come on our channel and y'all want these questions to get asked, cause y'all Patreon, baby, we give the verbatim Patreon questions. If y'all want them tough questions asked, bro, smash the thumbs up, man. We can get everybody. If you build it, they will come.
Kevin Costner. Yo, let me tell you, I almost didn't ask David Caldwell's question. I'm like, what? Damn, you gonna ask about the integrity? The man done answered this snack question 7 times. But I said, you know what? David C's always in the chat. David C's always been a patron. David C gonna get his question asked the way he wrote it, even though it was partially answered. You know what I'm saying? But there are some of you that your question may not be read because it was already answered throughout the very lengthy interview that we do. So, all right, sponsors.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Let me catch y'all out here, goddamn me, shoplifting. Mine real. If y'all seen that video, y'all know what I'm talking about. Mine real.
Alrighty then. Just want to remind everybody this is a unscheduled show. Scheduled shows are Thursday and Sunday. So where is that? I have that somewhere around here. Somewhere. Anyway, so those are the scheduled days. So today is a minute and 30 seconds. So we're gonna go from mastermind or pound for pound supporter on down. Oliver, Bermuda.
Yo, can you hear me?
Absolutely.
Hey, I just want to say kudos to you guys. I haven't been able to keep up because of the holidays and everything, but it's like y'all didn't take any days off. And if you did, you made up for it with all the additional interviews. So I just want to say I appreciate you guys and keep up the good work.
Oliver, thank you, brother. Appreciate you as well, man. We appreciate the patronage, man. We appreciate anybody listening in every day, calling in. We appreciate the fact that right now you're in Bermuda, even though you're going to come to Ohio pretty soon. But at the moment, you help make this show international, which is definitely one of the best things of the show. So we're going to go to, guess what, guys? A brand new Patreon.
I ain't happy, man.
Why?
I just told these people we got 400 people watching, 218 thumbs up, and they don't want to smash it. Just push it make it blue, baby.
I know it doesn't even cost you anything at all. Anything at all. It's absolutely free to hit that thumbs up button. So yeah, man, you guys definitely should do that.
But I am a little bit more happy you said we got a new Patreon member. So
we do.
I'm perking up.
Long time listener, 2016 caller of the year, Marcus in DC. Thank you for your patronage. What's going on, my friend? Did you enjoy that interview?
Man, you already know, man. Y'all the best thing smoking, man. If y'all ain't leaving them 5-star reviews, man, if y'all ain't hitting thumbs up, man, what are you here for, man? I mean, I listen, man. I just got big visions for y'all, man. I don't see Fox Sports coverage doing this. I think somebody's snapping y'all up soon, man. And I'm just be glad to say, man, I was one of the original people that was listening and supporting y'all, man, and participating. And I hope they allow y'all to keep the same type of profile. But look, man, this is why I like a Mikey Garcia, man, because one, I think the 2.5 years helped him a lot. I think he understood, just like some of these other fighters. Like I said, I know we know Top Rank knows how to develop fighters, but at the tail end of the career, you know what I'm saying, you want to make the most you can, and I don't think Bob's down with that as much. But the fact that he did have to name, like you said, you forget that he had these 3 undefeated champions that he fought, you know what I'm saying, and beat them decisively. We're not talking about any type of controversy in the fights he has. Evander Holyfield was touted for not really having anything special, man, but boy, it was not a lot of people that got away from that man when he was in his prime, and I think Mikey is in his prime right now. He clearly is an elite fighter. I wish him all the best with Spence. Like I said, outside from power and that, I really, you know what I'm saying, I think he's a better skilled fighter than Spence, man, but I just think it was a fabulous interview. I think he was a great sportsman. I think the questions where everything was proper, and, man, it's kudos to y'all, man, TBV, man. I'm in the building, man. DC in the building, man.
Marcus.
That's my call.
Marcus, thank you so much for the call. We're going to keep the phone lines moving.
But hold on, it don't even matter if you don't like the goddamn video. Hit the goddamn thumbs down. Hit something. Let us know how you feel. But go ahead, man. I'm sorry. Damn thumbs got me pissed.
Rod 870, minute 30. Talk to us.
Hey, my question was one of those questions you didn't ask, but it's all good because he answered it, like you said, within the questions. I just wanted to see how he would react to that type of aggressive question about, going on a suicide mission. I wanted to hear his reaction to see if he was going to be calm or would it kind of rile him up a little bit. But good interview. Great deal, man. I've listened to a lot of boxing stations over the last 3 or 4 years. I found this one maybe 6 months ago. It's the best one yet. Mikey Garcia, great fighter. I think he's overcooking his grits a little bit by going up and fighting Errol Spence. Kind of remind me of Roy Jones after fighting John Ruiz, trying to go up and fight Holyfield, but instead he went down to fight Tarver. I think he's chasing greatness, and maybe he should let it come to him a little bit instead of chasing it so much. That's my call, man. You guys have a good day. Smash the like button.
Rob, man, thank you for your call, and thank you for the question on Patreon. We're going to keep these lines moving. We're going out to our boomeranger in Detroit, Stainless.
Straight to the point with those with attention deficit. I'm so repetitive, son, so I gotta repeat. Stainless from the streets to the deep. I'm coming with that heat. All you need to know about me, I'm coming with that heat.
Yo, TBV, what's motherfucking up, man? Y'all back at it, man. Y'all just don't stop, do you? Y'all need fuck going to Fox and Showtime, man. Y'all need to go to Diddy because y'all on that can't stop, won't stop shit. And I gotta say thank you very much for that, because you know what I'm saying, it's the first of the year, so I try to go get my STD test, and it's always nervous in that office. And just when I was like, shit, motherfucking TBV signal went up, and motherfucking got online and got to ask Mikey Garcia a question, then listen to the interview and have my question asked. So you know what I'm saying, like regardless of what just happened at that clinic, I'm great. You know what I'm saying, I'm great and I'm groovy. You know what I'm saying, man,
don't say regardless, baby. Don't say regardless now. Damn.
Oh man, I don't want to sound like I already know, but I already know I'm clean. You know what I'm saying? I just take it upon myself to go get tested every year. You know what I'm saying?
You goddamn
I'd
right.
rather
You
know
got
than
to.
not know. You know what I'm saying?
You got to know.
But regardless, Mike on that snack shit right now, man. You super animated, man. I love this new Mike, man. Like I said, you keep that for the rest of 2019. It's also my Patreon anniversary too. You know what I'm saying? It was what two years ago I became a ringer. You know what I'm saying? Then last 3 months I moved up to Boomerang. You know what I'm saying? So it's my anniversary. I want to say happy anniversary to y'all too, man. Keep this shit popping, keep this shit moving, man. I can't wait for the next show. It ain't even a flagship day, man. Y'all already had 2 shows, 3, 4 yesterday, man. Keep doing what y'all doing, man. I'm proud of y'all, man. Peace. Oh, yeah. And as I always say, please make sure you push the thumbs up and share this in every episode of the Boxing Voice podcast. TBV for life. Peace.
We got a super chat from Jab Left Hook. Not much, but keep up the work. TBV #1. Appreciate it, homie. Appreciate it, homie. Real talk, real talk.
Definitely appreciate all the love, man. Definitely means the most. You know, we just working, and to know that you guys are enjoying it always is official. Going out to another ringer on his cut the line status in the New Orleans.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you a young fella, and he comes from the Magnolia.
Whoa. Shit, bro. That was a nice interview, bro. I wish I'd have called the beginning. I called it like halfway, like on some shit, but it even catching it like towards the end, like, you know what I'm saying? I could tell, like, brother, that interview was hot and heavy all the way through, you know what I'm saying? And it seemed like just about what I heard, all the questions I wanted to ask was asked. You know what I'm saying? Because that Victor Condit shit, that was some suspect ass shit, bro. And you know what I wanted to say, bro? Him and his brother Robert Garcia, they're some smooth motherfuckers, man. I got to give it to them, bro. Any type of motherfuckers, bro.
fucking make you feel good, bruh. Rock your ass to sleep and you ain't gonna never fucking wake up. You did. I like the motherfuckers, bruh. I like them, bruh. And he got me more interested in this fight because how I felt about when I first heard this fight. I know my time about to run out, but I felt like he was going to have his last fucking meal. He was on death row, you know what I'm saying? Now I feel like this motherfucker might try to get over Alcatraz, man. He might, but this ain't the fucking movies, man. This about to be a motherfucking destruction, bro. But it's gonna be a hell of a fight while it lasts. This is gonna be the new Hagler Hearns, I think, bro. I think he gonna come in there and try to fucking fight. Cause I ain't think Fury gonna try to fight Wilder in that motherfucker fought. I think they gonna keep that same energy. That's my call.
N.O., thanks for calling in, brother. We're gonna stay in New Orleans. We got a new caller in New Orleans. No, that's not New Orleans. That is not New Orleans. Let me see that. I'm dyslexic here. So now we're not going to go to you. We're going to go to someone we do know while we check your number. So we're going to Anthony in Cincinnati. Talk to me.
Yeah, what's happening?
What up?
Shouts out to y'all. Shouts out to y'all to doing this motherfucking work. I'm at work all day and all I see TBV popping up on the thing. Live with this motherfucker. Live with that. Y'all gonna blow the fuck up and I like it. But yeah, one thing. So being in and out of the gyms and shit, knowing some of the motherfuckers I know, it's one thing that I keep hearing. That if you getting in the ring, like motherfuckers that's pros on that level, they know who they're getting in the ring with. They know. So they know whether they're gonna lose or not. Whether they want to admit it or not, they know. That's why you see a lot of motherfuckers avoiding the tough fights and shit. It only makes sense. I don't get that sense from Mikey that he's beaten already. He sounds for real. So that shit makes me more interested. I wish there was a lot more fighters like that. Like, fuck it, we're going to take this challenge. But I like the fact that he's talking that talk. I want to see him walk that walk. And now, shit, I might go to Texas for this one. That's all I got, man. Keep working and let it show.
Anthony, Cincinnati, man. Thank you for calling in. Let me see.
Shout out to Anthony, right?
We got a new caller in maybe your neck of the woods, Indiana. 589-812-589. Who's this?
Yo, man, it's Sir Douglas, man. I called before, unless you ain't write my name down.
Not this time, but we got you now, Sir Douglas. What's going on, homie? Did you like the interview?
What's going on, man? I'm from that town all day, man. I'm on my route, man. Hey, y'all get me through my day, man, as I'm doing my mail route, man. Appreciate y'all. I'm interested into the fight now, man. Hey, he got a fan in me, man. I think it's gonna be a war. Also, too, I'm hoping Terence Crawford listening, man, to what he just said. Crawford's a good fighter, man, but he handicapped himself signing with Top Rank again. He could have chopped himself around. He could have been his own boss and probably got 5 to 10 mil a fight rather than settling with Aaron, man. I mean, you got all the history in front of you. Mikey Garcia, Pacquiao, Floyd, De La Hoya. Like, come on, man. But it's going to be a good fight in March, TBV. I appreciate y'all, man, holding me down on the route. That's my call, man. I'm out.
Sir Douglas, thank you, brother. Thank you for calling in. We're going to keep these phone lines moving. We're going out to Will in Florida. What's going on?
What's up, Will?
Excuse me. Joaquin, my bad.
God damn.
You're on mute. Why?
Okay, my bad. Yo, I'm here. My bad. I know I ain't got the easiest name to pronounce, man. So you good. Y'all could say it however you need to. But yeah, yo, I didn't get to hear the whole Mikey interview. I was working, man, so I had to cut off a little bit of it. But yo, Mikey sounds really, really confident, dog. Like I mean, you know, just in the way he's talking, he really sounds like, I don't know what it is he saw or what he sees in Spence, but he sees some sort of hole or some sort of flaw in this game that he can capitalize on. You know what I'm saying? And you know, he's a man on a mission. I'm a person that believes when you know, you can speak things into existence and you can really, you know, your energy will make something happen. It just seems like Mikey's got that he's got that vibe. He's got that energy. Like I don't know, when I see Spence talk about the fight, it almost as if it's a joke to him. You know what I mean? He doesn't even. I think he's kind of looking past Mikey. You know, he's too small. He's just gonna run through him. It's kind of what it seems like to me. But you know, listening to Mikey, he's got a lot of confidence, man. Leading into this fight, I don't know if it'll be enough, but it makes me more intrigued in the fight. You know what I'm saying? Just at how he's talking and how he feels, you know, he'll do. And I also like that. It seems he needed this fight. Like Mikey needed I think he even said it. He needed that. What was the words he used? Like that mental push. You know what I'm saying? He needed something to challenge himself, just to keep him boxing. Like if he didn't take on this big challenge and move up and take on this big fight, he probably wouldn't really have anything to
Cut it. What came? I hate to do it to you. Everybody get a minute 30. I actually gave you more because it's been a minute since we've heard from you. Keeping the lines moving. Going to Joseph. Correct. Nope. Did we get to Rod in 807? We did, right? Or we didn't?
We did not.
Rod in 807.
No, I'm not going to steal anybody else's time, man. You got to me.
Oh, you're the man, baby.
Go to the next one.
All right. Joseph in Texas.
Hey, yo, what's good, TBV? Hey, man, I like it. I like that interview with Mikey, man. It showed that, you know, he's got, it's really lit a fire under him. He went for Mike's neck right away. It looked like early, you know, that, you know, people doubted him, people questioned him, and then it sets up for a good fight. It's going to be interesting to see how he reacts to that come fight night, if it does affect him. But I definitely like the confidence. It's just getting me more excited for the fight, man.
Well, all right, brother. Thank you for calling in. Gonna keep these lines moving. Who we got? We got California. Stand up.
Mr. Info Joe.
This portion of the show we call In the
Mr.
Know,
Info Joe.
presented by my brother.
Pound for pound number one TBV. Hey, man, Mikey sounds like one of the realest dudes in boxing, man. Even though I'm picking him to get destroyed, this dude, man, shows you that dudes in California, man, got big balls. From up north to down south in Southern California and LA and up in Oakland and everything in between, man, we got big balls. But I tell you this, though, if this fight goes 12 rounds, Spence is not who we thought he was. I am picking Spence to destroy him, but if he goes 12 rounds, he's not who we thought he was. That's my call. Peace.
On a ringer status, body shot Benny, talk to me.
What's going on, body shot?
You guys are crazy. What's up, Mike? What's up, Ness, everybody? You guys are crazy. I can hardly keep up with you guys' shows that like gonna make me fall behind at work, but I love it and I hate it at the same time. But another terrific interview, and it's so great that like us as Patreon supporters can ask the questions to these people that we would not have access to without TBV. So I appreciate it immensely. I know everyone else does too. And these are great interviews, not only from like your guys' side, but you know, Trout and Mikey and the trainers you've had on recently. These guys are telling it like it is, and we don't get this anywhere else. It's so awesome. The only other thing I need to know is where's the fucking TBV party in March? Let's go.
We're definitely going to be doing something, and all information will be on Patreon. We will let everybody know. Body Shot Benny, you the man. Thanks for calling in. We going to a new caller in California, 310-955. 310-955. First time caller? Optimus Prime, is that you?
Somebody over there.
Transforming right now.
If it's not Optimus, who's the other guy?
The blue one?
Are you a Decepticon?
Decepticon. There's Bumblebee. Who else?
310-955. 310-955. Man,
I can hear
he's
you in
definitely
there.
a new caller. I don't want to play him out, but it's like, yo, you wilding at him right now.
I mean,
Troy, talk to me in Baltimore.
Oh my, what's going on, Troy? I thought you would have called in when Calvin Ford was on.
What's up? Mikey got great eyes, great balance, and he has power at his weight class, but he could bulk up all he wants. It doesn't change the fact he's fighting a man 30 pounds heavier than him. So yeah, he has the skills to beat Spence, because Spence is a timing guy. Once you get his timing down, you could outmaneuver him and outbox him, which Mikey can do. But 30 pounds is 30 pounds, and you can't really get over that. That's just a fact of life. That's just physics. You can't get over 30 pounds. You're just not. So I can see
Wilder
Spence
did
laying
it.
on him.
Wilder
and just
did it,
wearing
but
him
you don't
down.
give him credit. Wilder did it, but you don't give him credit, do you?
Listen to me. Mikey Garcia and Spence is a discussion. We'll save that for when that's the topic of discussion. Back to what I was saying now. That was a nice try on your part, though, but it's 219, brother. You got to be a little sharper. You're talking to Troy, okay? You have a good day, man. Now you can hang up on me, brother.
Talking to Troy, nigga. Let him know, Troy.
Troy, man, I hope you enjoyed that interview with Calvin Ford from your city. If not, head on over to iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and wherever the big boys are played. We right there with them. You can check us out. And while you're there, drop us a 5-star review.
Hey, man, real quick, baby.
What?
423 watching, man. We 5 away from 300 likes. Give me 5 more likes, baby.
Hold on. We got 400 and something watching. I want to see if we get 100 people to subscribe because we need to get to 93,000 right now. We only needed
how many?
109. So let's see what this refresh where we at. We need. Where's my drum roll? See, I told Mike to get.
Man, I'm slipping,
Where's my
baby.
drum roll at?
Mike, do a drum roll.
Nah, I'm fucking
What
with
type
you.
of drum is that?
I don't know. Hey, that's the hood shit, baby. We ain't have drum. We had trash can. Banging on the trash can.
Is that a drum roll? Like,
shout out to my guy Doug, man.
Price toy.
Yo, this is a sad ass number. 92,893.
We need a 107.
893.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. I'm ready.
Yo, we only gained 2 subscribers throughout that whole interview. Like, word is born. I'm cutting somebody.
We got 313 likes down. Let's go and push it to 350. Let's go, y'all.
Big Gucci Nick, New York City, stand up.
Yo.
What's goody?
Yo, what's good? Yeah, man. For Mikey, Errol Spence, I'm always wanting to give the underdog a chance, but in this case, I got Errol by late round KO, man. But who knows? Maybe this could be another Sugar Ray, Marvin Hagler. Who knows? But that's my call. I got the truth by late round KO. That's my call.
Big Nick, Gucci, Big Gucci Nick, Big Nick the Gucci. You already know. Something like that, right? We did another one. Mike falling asleep over here, man. Can't even.
No, I just joined, man. I can't
imagine the West Coast wanted some more work, bro. Mike,
let's go get the work. I still got class, so it's still good.
Falling asleep, B.
What's out there, y'all? What's out there?
He used all his energy earlier.
No, it ain't
yelling
about
after them likes.
We make news, B. We ain't the mother podcast that got to wait around. We make news, man. Mikey, it's about to be quotes running around everything Mikey said with us. You know what I'm
about to motherfucking snap some shit up to clip it, put it out there, and let's rock. I got a lot of shit to clip today.
Call you Clippy.
Call me Clippy, baby.
Yeah, man. I'm your host, Nestor Gibbs. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at NestG2. I want to do a quick shout out. He ain't had the time to call in. He's been a TBV alumni. He's been a Border Wars participant. And I see you out there, man. He's back. And he just re-signed up to Patreon.
I won't deny it.
Dollar D Beyonce production.
Come with me. Hail Mary, run quick, see what do we have here.
My man Alex Lemon in the Bay Area. Shout out, I see you. Wayne, man, step it up, Wayne. Stop fucking shoplifting. Every day you in the chat shoplifting. Don't be a shoplifter, B.
Hey, he said he was thinking about going to Patreon, though. That's what he was telling me.
No, he's here every day. And, like, you know, I don't get it. Stop it. Stop it. What up, Alex? What up? Primetime Pugilistics. Jonathan Fitch, what up? Ronald Jenkins, Bobby Smith,
Bayside Boxing.
B. Pauly. Yo, Andy Essex had me dying. He was killing you, Mike, for your question. Why they hating on Mike's segment, bro?
I ain't tripping. They all hate on him.
I fucking love Mike's segment. I'm the one that second that shit. Like, yo, B, do that shit more often. And they out here trying to hate on Mike, talking about, yo, Mike's next question gonna be cake cream.
Yeah, summer or like winter or some shit like that. Yeah. I see that shit. I tried to throw that little car question in there because I know he like, you know what I'm saying, like cars and shit, but he ain't let us know what car is coming next week.
I'm not mad at you, Mike, because he said he's a Hey Arnold fan.
Check out Ronald Jenkins. Mike's sleeping like Keith Durman gonna do the bud.
I know, but look, man, that Hey Arnold, bro, it's like that open, like damn, you watch that shit too? Like, damn, that shit crazy.
Yeah, man. So shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to everybody. We appreciate all the new love on Patreon. Don't forget, we did a new show today. There's an interview out there with the prodigy himself from the BX, formerly signed to TMT, got away from that contract, took Floyd to court. Before they could go to court, they got released. We're talking about none other than Josue Vargas. Check that interview on Prospect Wednesdays right here on patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. And catch us tomorrow for Comment Creeping Thursdays. I wonder which video is going to be nominated for tomorrow's show. We had a lot of bangers this week.
Maybe that feud between me and you.
Oh,
maybe that Thursday show.
I think last time I seen it was like 100 or something.
What's the fights this week, Ron? Who we got? For everybody listening while Ron checks the schedule, we have Caleb Plant tomorrow at 5 o'clock.
Hopefully, Shakur Stevenson early in the morning on our 9 o'clock show, so probably by 9:30. I'm still trying to get in contact with him, so we're working on that. Big Baby, sometime soon. Hope Ness is hammering him, trying to get to him.
Oh, he's ducking me hard, but I'm on him, and I'm on Eddie Hearn. I'm on what other big names?
I just hit up Frank Warren. I'm trying to
I emailed Frank Warren today. All over.
Yeah, I mean trying to get Frank Warren. We still trying to schedule James the Beast Wilson.
Yep. For Friday, it looks like I may have Lou DiBella scheduled because this Lou DiBella, it wasn't definite. You know, that was a maybe. You know, it was always a maybe. But he hit me up again. He's like, yo, give me a little bit more time. I'm like, all right, how's Friday then? 9:30, baby. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get you on that 9:30 a.m. slotty. Man, remember to catch us every day, Monday through Friday, right here at 9 a.m. That's right. Chris Colbert was on the show this morning as well. Fire interview. Arliano Sosa on the show this morning. Fire interview. Who else? We had like 3 interviews on that show. There's a lot of people. Good
yeah, it doesn't it doesn't look like fights really appear till next week. So
really,
Devin Haney,
right,
Jose
so,
Ucatio.
I'm gonna try and reschedule Zuldo. He hit me up. Shout out to Zuldo. That's what I'm talking about, man. Some people just build different and they raise different. You feel me? He hit us up, apologized and everything. He re-emphasized the fact that it must have been a lack of communication, and he's willing to do it again. I shot him, you know, I said something like 5 o'clock his time, which makes it 8 o'clock our time for Thursday night, because I figured it wasn't no good fights. I said, fuck it, why not give you a good interview on Thursday? I'm also trying to get, I think, Mike to push something for Thursday too, right? Was James supposed to be Thursday morning or evening?
Hopefully we can get him Thursday evening, man. Like have him on the flag. I mean, since we ain't got like much to talk about on the flagship, try to put that with, you know what I'm saying, with some interviews and sprinkle that tomorrow. Like, damn, that's tomorrow.
Last time you hit Crawford up.
Man, if we gonna get Crawford, we're gonna have to go through Bomac or Jamil Herring.
Maybe we can get the fans to help, man. Go over, you know, Terence Crawford.
That's what it's gonna take. It's gonna take the fans to put it in this comment section, like, yo, when you gonna go on, you know, TBV? Like, we want to hear you on TBV. Like, yo, did you hear Mikey on TBV talking about you? Did you hear this guy on TBV talking about you? That's the only way. We're also gonna be getting Oscar Valdez soon. Making contact with just a lot of people. We're gonna keep these interviews coming. Like I said, man, I'm going to keep your ears hostage. You will not be allowed to listen to anything else because it's just going to be too much fire. Them notifications will always show a fire interview. Like, besides my Rolodex, I'm fucking with my emails, man. It's something that I never did. You know what I mean? I'm emailing people too. So, like, we're going to get every fucking body. You know, Eddie Hearn can't hide from me. I hit him up on Twitter. I DM'd him on IG. I emailed his assistant, like, and if he hides from me, then I'm gonna run down and put the camera in his face, like, yo, why you ducking me?
Can we get try to get his right hand man? Because I was thinking about that last night.
I don't know that little dude.
What's his name? Frank Smith or something like that. Frank something.
Dude in charge.
Yeah, like the one that like runs the Matchroom USA. Like when Eddie's,
that dude. I never heard of you. I'm heard of you. Never heard of him. Never heard of him. Okay.
Well, shit, follow me on IG at Gross1911, on Twitter at Gross2312, and man, y'all stay tuned, man. We're gonna come back with another one, and another one.
Yep, and you can find me at Ron G FIQ on Twitter. And just to emphasize everyone in the chat real quick, look, we gave you so many questions on our own, but I think the Patreon questions equaled out, if not possibly almost got more. So Mike wanted to give 500 more questions, but Ness was like, nope, we got to go to the Patreon. That's what's important.
Yeah, he cut me off.
Bro, you cut me off with the Patreon because 3 times you try to slip one in, bro.
I try to, bro. I mean, he
that's
something that triggers my mind that I got to get out.
But it doesn't matter. Mike, this is a fan-driven show. So you go to Patreon. That's the most important thing.
I love him too.
You go to Patreon, sign up, put your question in, and you're going to see Mike try to cut Ness off reading it, but we will read it. We will get it unless it's a read.
But y'all gotta admit though, I do like slip in like when the pause come. I'm good at that shit.
Either or. You want your questions? Go to Patreon. Starts at $3. It's real simple. You support us. We get more guys. You get your questions read out just the way. Even if Ness didn't want to read it like that,
$3. That's it.
Yo, why they taking shots talking about we have no girls? We do too many shows to keep a girl.
Y'all think I ain't reaching out to these female boxers? Y'all think, boy, look here. I don't reach out to
I got a girl.
You want to get girls on? You ain't tell me.
Who?
I got everybody, man. Like, stop disrespecting the man.
I don't know, don't do it like that, man. We try to get everybody on.
That's
what comes to Shields, you know what I'm saying?
If you want me to get more girls, we could get that. Like,
I
think
you have no girls. You do too much shows.
I got his number, but like the number that I got, like when I text him, like the first time it was blue. I texted him last night. That shit is green. So I'm guessing that phone ain't on.
Or he's flying, or he turns his phone off to sleep. You never know.
I'm gonna hit him up again.
He hit me up and he said, "Let me see what this say here." Yesterday he said it would be good. It would be cool.
Yeah, I know. And I said 9:30. He was like, "Yeah, that should be cool," but he never hit us back.
Oh, you mean this morning he ain't answer?
Yeah.
I mean, just reschedule, man. Just reschedule, man. It happens, bro. It's show business. Ain't no business like show business. My name is Lester Gibbs. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at NestGTO. Hope you guys enjoyed all today's interviews. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel right here at youtube.com/ThaBoxingVoice. You can also subscribe to the YouTube channel at youtube.com/Nestor Gibbs, which is our backup channel just in case any bullshit goes down like it did in December. Whack ass December. Whack ass, fake ass liars saying we stole our own show. Peace. Nobody? Everybody said everything? Okay.